I think he's playing.
Oh, yeah, well, those are the reports.
Okay. Do you expect the Sixers to take full control if he does play?
No.
Oh.
Because Boston has to win this game. Mm-hmm. This is about as much of a must-win as you can get if it's not an elimination game. Now, that said, I would not write them off if they lose tonight.
Wow.
Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because I've seen Doc Rivers blow too many leads.
You just
Doc's
killed
the only.
Doc.
No, I'm just. It's a fact.
No golf invites.
He's
for
the
you,
only coach to blow more than one 3-1 lead in the history of the league, and he's done it 3 times.
Yeah.
I've seen James Harden, as much as I like him, have these playoff moments. And even Joel Embiid has at times not been great in the playoffs. So I'm just saying, obviously, they would be in a tough situation, Boston, if they go down 0-2 going to Philly.
straits.
But I wouldn't have 10 toes down, but I have a few down. Still have a few down.
Okay.
All right, and Boston, but they have to come out and win. And look, this is what they've done all year, is when they get a little bit of a cushion, and no Joel Embiid was a cushion, they relax and they lose. And then when their backs are against the wall, they come out and get a win. So I think that's what
Can I give you the counterpoint to what you were saying about, you gave all the reasons why even if Philly wins, you would still have reason to doubt that Philly can close it out. I think the flip side of the argument is, if Philly goes up 2-0, it's not about who they are. It's about who Boston isn't. If Boston doesn't win tonight, they are not the team that they have claimed to be, that Vegas thinks they are, that the national media thinks they are, that they've been. They are not that team. Here is a wild but pretty obvious stat. Home teams that lose game 1 of a playoff series have won 14 consecutive game 2s. Teams do not go down 0-2 at home. Because if you're the home team, you had the better regular season. You're at the very least equivalent, if not better than the opponent. It's the playoffs. You don't go down 0-2 at home. Mm-hmm. So Boston should, I pick Philly to go to the finals. I believe Philly's going to lose tonight. Right. If Philly wins tonight, it is code red in Boston for this series and for this group. Because if they lose tonight, there is no story that is told where the Celtics lose this game and Tatum and Brown have an awesome game combined. And I am just not so quietly sounding the something is up with Jaylen Brown alarm. Mm. It is
and that's been the case for a few months now.
We saw it in the media and we saw it off the court for a few months. I felt like I saw it on the court in game 1. It wasn't quite the late, great Kobe Bryant, the Game 7 against Phoenix, second half. Remember, I'm not shooting the ball. You guys screwed me. We should have won this series. People don't remember that. You guys go do it. But Jaylen Brown taking 3 shots in the final 3 quarters of that game when no one could guard him. It's not like he started the first quarter 0 for 7. He was 6 for 7. Right. And then the fast break that he had and then pulled back and then was asked about it after the game and said, no one was running with me. Something weird is happening there. I'm not saying, I want to be very clear what I'm saying. I'm not saying because of that they can't win. I'm saying if they lose tonight, whatever is fraying will be frayed, and they will have big problems.
And if he has a similar type performance where he's just not engaged, not putting up shots, then you know there's a problem there. I mean, a huge problem. Because I agree with you. Even as we've heard the problems over the past month or so, he has gone out and played
ball. He's an All-NBA level
guy.
Did you vote for him All-NBA?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be an All-NBA guy.
He's going to get the Supermax contract.
Well, that's a tricky one. Because it's a tricky one now. But we don't have to get Jaylen Brown's contract. I'm just saying that's the Philly should not win tonight. If they do, it's a disaster for Boston.
Just quickly on what was the stat? 14?
14 straight teams that fell down 0-1 at home have won game 2.
Okay, so I also think the one caveat of that is the visiting team maybe takes their foot off the gas.
Yeah.
But now if Embiid comes back,
I think,
what? Gas it up. The MVP is back. I think they could win this one, and then
I think that's a fair point.
That is. They should get a boost from
sense of urgency, all of that, and it's a little different.
He just got the MVP, too.
And he's going to be anxious.
I agree with you.
Here's video of Embiid winning that MVP. He's very emotional. Teammates come over and greet him. I thought this was just a beautiful moment.
You loved this one.
I loved it for this reason.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stories percolating that Harden wanted to go to Houston, that Harden wasn't totally happy with this role, and we did a little bit of it off of his own quotes. Where he's like,
Right.
you know, it was great, shooting the ball, doing what I want to do. But he's really happy for Embiid.
Got him a great Rolex.
Got him a Rolex. I think we have that video. And then Embiid in that same media scrum said that he won't admit it, but I think he wanted me to get the MVP. So I started to believe in the Sixers even more after watching this video. I don't know, man. I think the
Your
Sixers
Eastern
have
Conference
that
picks eliminated, Wild. You're a free agent. You can slide over to my side.
Yeah, go over there with it.
Yeah.
Your picks,
What-
go over there
But
with
didn't
it.
that make you feel like
That was awesome. If you don't like that moment, something's wrong with you.
Correct.
You know, like that was just.
Well,
it
here's
was,
the thing.
It was phenomenal.
You say, so this is where, and people hate this argument strategy of mine, but I like taking arguments to their furthest logical conclusion to see if they hold up. Okay. You said nobody hates that. I've had to listen for 2 years that one of the great things about Jokic is he doesn't care about awards. It means
That's
nothing
the right
to him.
answer.
No, wait a minute.
Well, he's won,
That,
too,
that,
so
he
he
doesn't
don't care
They
now.
give it to him in his
He don't
barn
care
in
now.
Serbia, and it's fine, and he puts it with the hay for his horses. That's what I've heard, that he just doesn't care. People can say I'm wrong. I like that Embiid cares.
Yeah.
I like that it mattered to Steph Curry to get a Finals MVP. I like that Russ was at Kevin Durant's MVP speech, eyeing that trophy, saying, I am going to get me one of those one day, and then got it. As long as you are not doing it at the expense of team success, I like it when guys want these things. And now, the be careful what you wish for part of it, there is now immense pressure on Joel Embiid. Because I'd like
you think?
I do, and here's why. MVPs that don't have rings, not a long list. MVPs that never made the finals, very short list. MVPs that never made the conference finals, now it's just one guy. So MVPs that never won a ring but made a finals.
That's a good number of guys, though,
but
particularly recently.
but hold on. Barkley, Mailman, Iverson, Harden, Russ. They made a finals but never won a ring. Nash, Rose, and Joker have never made the finals.
Yeah.
And I don't think Nash is going to do it. Sorry, but he's out of the league. Rose still could, technically.
But
Embiid's now he's one of one. The only MVP to never even make it out of round two. Now he's got a career ahead of him, all those things. But he was 37, 12, 4, and 2 on 60% this season against Boston. They won game one without him. They are in position, if he is awesome, to at the very least make the conference finals and then have home court the rest of the way. The winner of this series would have home court against anybody that comes out of the West. So the winner of this series theoretically should be the favorite to win the title. Embiid steps on the court with a 1-0 lead and home court advantage in hand, essentially.
Here's
that
why I
is
say
pressure.
there's no pressure on it. Maybe tonight, if they lose, people will be like, wow, they beat him without him. But we just have watched the last two MVPs go out in the first round. Or Jokic went out. I'm sorry, just Jokic went out in the first round last year.
Okay, and Giannis went out in the first round because of the previous
So
MVP.
So I just think we've seen this before. We've seen Dirk embarrassingly, lose to the 8th seed the year he won MVP. And as you mentioned, Nash. So look, it's a regular season award. He got it. I don't know that there's huge pressure.
If the Sixers win it all, it takes care of 4 kind of emotional MVPs there. Embiid, Harden, Barkley, and Iverson. I felt like it was like
Barkley
faded.
gets
Barkley
one?
and Iverson, it
No, but I
helps
feel
them.
like, because it's like Iverson is still part of Philly culture.
Yeah, but Barkley claims Phoenix.
I know.
Barkley just said the other night the only
He's
regret
in
of his
Phoenix.
career is not winning a championship for the people of Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said. He said it the other day when Giannis was saying there's no
The
failure.
Sixers get to the
he's
finals.
definitely more of a son
If
than
it's
the
Sixers,
Sixers.
Suns, Barkley.
So you're with the Sixers now.
I guess so. I
Bring
didn't
the
realize.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.